I gave up being a victim a long time ago. I'm not going to take it up again for my daughter and some two-bit detective.
I wasn't comforting you because you're a victim. I was comforting you because you're hurting.
You see a distinction between those two things? Because I failed to do so, Herb. Besides, you're forgetting that in the last, month or so, I've had my faith shattered in 3 people that were near and dear to me. Diane, John, and Cassie, of course, and I really should say 4, because I forgot to mention you.
Me?
Yes. Taking up with that 2-bit detective's 3-bit sister.
What? Oh, now, wait a minute.
And if it weren't for her son, quite honestly, none of this would have happened. Please, if he hadn't been blackmailing Diane, then John and Cassie would never have gotten suspicious. They never would have started that investigation and began spending so much time together and become so attracted to each other. And you think I'm being ridiculous, don't
even
you?
For you, this is illogical.
Of course, excuse me, I forgot. You've been dating become lovers, pardon me, with a lady lawyer. You're used to having your tirades delivered, typed up and bound in blue paper, all neat and tidy. Tell me, when the 2 of you disagree, do you take your arguments before a judge? Does he rule whether your feelings are irrelevant? When the 2 of you are in bed, do you hold each other in contempt, or you just plain hold each other?
I'm going to do what any sane person would do in this situation. Exit.
Lost your sanity?
I am the only sane person you know who could possibly deal with this. Now, Dorian, please, listen to me just for 1 minute.
I'll try.
Good. You would have thrown the guy out sooner or later, you know that. He was a fling. He was fun. He was important, but he's not that important, not where it really counted.
He was good in bed.
You know what I'm talking about. John Russell does not have the power, the prestige, the position, the ambition to keep you. Your low-profile days are at an end, my sweet. I mean, this Commission on Prison Reform is thrusting you into the spotlight again. Yes, who knows what wheeling and dealing and that national committee will bring you. I suspect bigger spotlights and brighter spotlights.
Possible.
Yes, and you're going to share that with this private investigating lover of yours who is, if you don't mind my saying, a tad too young for you. Well, we all know, how people love to talk about such things, don't we?
Lots of women these days are dating men that are younger than they are. And so what if John is slightly younger than I am? I don't give a damn what people think.
But are you in love with him? See, in your mind, you don't really think he's quite good enough for you, do you?
You're right. He was almost good enough for me for a while, before he started this thing with Cassie, but yes, it probably would have ended sooner or later. Goodness knows, every time I mentioned commitment, he'd go running off in another direction.
No, there you go.
But this is not the point, Herb. The point is that I have been stabbed in the back by 2 people I loved and trusted.
Oh, no, they love you too, darling.
Do you know what has just occurred to me? You don't seem at all shocked about this.
Well, I picked up on a couple of hints myself, and I just didn't want to believe it. Sweetheart, the important thing, of course, is that you don't want this to stand between you and Cassie forever.
But you are really entirely too calm about the whole situation. You should be just as upset as I am. We should be having a tirade together.
Well, it's impossible to have a tirade when you're having one. There's not enough space.
You can even make a joke about it?
Oh, it's not a terminal illness, darling. It's not nuclear war. It's just a sad story about 2 people who screwed up, that's all.
Oh.
Honey, it's up to you how far it's going to go. Now, you know that you and Cassie are going to need each other eventually.
Well, as far as I can see now, all she needs is John.
Oh, no.
It was my cue, wasn't it?
What are you doing here? How did you get in?
Emma let me in. Afternoon, Herb. I do have the right lion's den, don't I?
John, if you think you can come in here cracking jokes and I'm going to melt, you're mistaken.
No, ma'am, I don't. But I am determined to talk, so why don't we?
Herb, if you have ever loved me, I want you to sock him and then kick him out of here.
Well, now, look, John, I mean, I do hope you have some explanation for what's going on here.
Herb, Cassie's at the office. She could probably use you right now.
Oh, yeah. You just remember what I said, and don't do anything you'll regret, like throwing the Ming vase. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead with any sniveling apologies or explanations that you've come in here with, but believe me, they're not going to make any difference.
All right. Dorian, I am sorry. I am honestly sorry. Cassie and I had no idea that things would develop like this. We were jerks for not stopping it immediately.
Insensitive jerks.
Very insensitive jerks. And I tell you, we're not proud of ourselves. In fact, we feel terrible.
Please, just spare me.
It's my fault, Dorian. I mean, I should have done...
Oh, then you're admitting that you seduced my daughter.
No. There was no seduction on either part. And no making love. Just chemistry.
Chemistry which you didn't have the decency to hide, much less quell.
Agreed. Dorian, my point is, if we could do it over again, we'd do it differently. At least I know I would. But your relationship with Cassie is much more important than any dumb flirtation.
Which one is dumb? Yours with her or yours with me?
With her. What we had was a hell of a lot more substantial.
But it wasn't true love, was it?
Obviously not, or I guess this wouldn't happen.
And what about this relationship you're having with Cassie? Is it true love? Are you going to finally throw away those running shoes of yours?
Dorian, Cassie and I aren't going anywhere. There was never any love. There never will be. That's right. It was just one big fat mistake, and it's over. Now, will you please forgive her and get back to being a family again? Come on, nothing to say for all that?
I've been a lady so far. I mean, I haven't thrown any breakables at you. But you better get out of here. Don't push your luck.